The new operational case study pre-scene is out, and we've been handed this company, Halfpenny, who make and sell bread. So I'm going to slice up the pre-scene for you, do you get it? And give you all the key information you need. Okay, that's the last joke I'll do. So let's have a think about Halfpenny. Here it is. This is the pre-scene. You can get this from CIMA's website. You can download it, you can print it, you can really get into this before your operational case study exam. So the company, as I've mentioned, produce and sell packaged bread. Now this is both loaves and bread rolls. And they're a really well-known brand on sale in supermarkets. You can't buy directly from them. They just do B2B, so business-to-business sales. But they are really, really big in their country, which is Kieland, where they were founded in 1891. If you've not been to Kieland before, lovely part of Europe. Definitely have a trip there. So I'm thinking this is a bit like a Hovis or a Warburton's in the UK, a really well-known bread manufacturer who then sells their products in supermarkets all across the country. Let's have a think about the company's mission then. So we're told this on page 8 of the pre-scene, and we're told actually their really key values, which are taste, quality, supplier relationships, and sustainability. And they've got a really nice fact on that page 8 that they want to be carbon neutral by 2040. So that's a good one to use in the exam. Now, all of this is to try and achieve their mission, which is to become #1 choice in Kieland. Now, for some of their bread products, they are meeting that, but for others, they aren't. So that's what they're trying to achieve. Now, this is really good. I love it when CIMA provide us with a mission statement because you can use this a lot. You can refer to it. Almost any decision they're making needs to come back to this. And this is amazing for when you have to come up with some KPIs, some key performance indicators, which are tested all the time in operational case study. Linking back to this is going to be really useful. So it's great that they've provided that. So here are some of the key pre-scene themes. So things throughout the pre-scene that you need to be aware of. First thing is about demand of pre-packaged bread. This is dropping off. Now, this is true in the real world as well as in Kieland and in this pre-scene. So customers are becoming a little bit more health conscious, and pre-packaged bread is getting a little bit of a bad reputation. There's an app I use called Yucca where you can scan products, and most packaged bread comes out pretty badly. It's got lots of preservatives, lots of additives, which aren't so good for you. So because of that, and because of more trends towards artisan, so handmade bread and people making bread at home as well, it is starting to decline slightly. In terms of quality, Halfpenny are award-winning and their reputation is absolutely crucial, so that's a big thing for them. They are reliant on just a few key suppliers, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something around that, especially yeast, which is obviously a major ingredient when you're making bread. They've just got one supplier, so really risky strategy they've got in there. Production is highly automated. As you can imagine with a huge bread manufacturer, the factories are mainly machine driven and they're very efficient. There's some great videos on YouTube of how they make bread. So just pop that into YouTube and have a look. Really interesting when you see the factories and just the sheer quantities and volumes of bread that they are producing. Now, distribution is really important as well. Bread has a short shelf life. Now, packaged bread is slightly longer than a fresh loaf like in this picture here, but it still has to be quick. They need to make this bread and get it to those supermarkets as quickly as possible. Otherwise, our customers aren't going to have long to buy it, and the supermarkets aren't going to be too happy. If they're getting a delivery of bread that all runs out tomorrow, they're not going to want to stock it. So that shelf life is a crucial thing when we are dealing with this company. Also, innovation. So it's very important about innovation at this company. We're told that Trey, who is Trey Halfpenny, the grandchild of some of the founders, he says that he really wants to be innovative and really try and push it forward with production. We're also told the finance director, Lottie, wants to increase the product range. And we're given a few ideas about product ranges. People are looking for low carb alternatives, high protein, more plant-based. So lots of things out there that companies are doing in the real world as well. And then sustainability, that lovely mention of being carbon neutral by 2040, a great thing to be able to link to. And again, all of their decisions need to think about the environmental impact as well. Okay, so that's a little bit around Halfpenny. What could come up in the exam? Now remember, there are 6 core activities in the operational case study. All of them will be tested. So I've picked one from each of those 6 core activities that could easily come up in this exam. Now under core activity A, activity-based costing is a good one. Another one that could be in there is digital costing systems. But ABC, given the fact they're looking to launch some new products soon, it would make sense for them to consider at least a switch to ABC. They also have reasonably high overheads. They're not massively high, but they are relatively high, so they could consider a switch to ABC. Stress testing of budgets in core activity B, which is the budgeting core activity. So thinking about constraints, potential issues, for example, yeast. Remember, they only have one supplier. So what happens if we run out of yeast or if the prices go up? Now, core activity C is the most predictable. This one will be in the operational case study exam. You'll get KPIs and you'll get variances. So both of those really important. And again, linking back to that mission statement is great. Core activity D, that's your financial standards. PPE and leases, they do have leases. We're told they've got right of use assets in the financial statements. And they invested quite a lot in PPE last year as well. And if they are looking to grow and be innovative and launch new products, investment in PPE could be useful. Core activity E, expected values and statistics could easily come up. Again, lots of decisions they may be looking to make around which bread ranges to launch, maybe marketing campaigns, so they could use EVs there. And core activity F, that's working capital. There are lots of things that could come up on that in this particular pre-scene. Inventory management was my pick, given the fact they do store quite a lot of inventory and they get daily deliveries and they do some bulk quantity ordering as well. So they are really key parts of this business, that they have enough stock. You can't make bread without flour or without yeast. So having that inventory right is really important. But equally not having too much, so then it goes off or it potentially becomes redundant. So we've got to be very careful we get that right. So there you go. There are 6 key topics that you should definitely prepare if you're planning to sit the operational case study for this pre-scene. There we go. There are my thoughts on this particular case, which is Halfpenny. It's a really nice one. I really like it. I love bread. So for me, it's great. The only downside is every time I look at any of the images, I want to eat some bread. So it's probably going to be quite an expensive case study for this one for me. And also I may put on a few pounds, but it is a good one. At least we all know what bread is and we can relate to it, which is great. If you're looking to pass operational case study, then look no further than Viva Tuition. So you can check out the courses which I have helped to design and build and make them really streamlined and exam focused to help you pass your operational case. So vivatuition.com. If you've got any questions, you can contact info@vivatuition.com. I'll be happy to help you out and get you that pass. So thanks for watching and enjoy Halfpenny.